Hi, everybody.
Ronda, this is a pretty amazing scene here. Did you expect this kind of reception from the fans? Just everything you just experienced just now?
I was cautiously optimistic. Like, I wouldn't have been mad if everybody came out here and they booed me, but I have to admit it really warms my heart a lot to get such a warm reception from people I respect so much.
And just, there's a lot of talk right now about your star power, and compared to someone like Conor McGregor, who's the biggest star in the UFC. What's kind of your take on that? Do you think you're the biggest draw, the biggest star this company has right now?
I never called myself that, and I don't really think it's a competition, I think we're really helping each other out. The more successful he is, the more eyes on the sport and the more eyes on me too, and vice versa. And so, I hope that he's as successful as possible because it benefits us both.
Ronda, you made it clear that you want to teach Bethe a lesson, but I think for you, it's instinctual to grab a finish when it's there. So, if there's an easy finish in the first round, would you really pass up on the opportunity to end the fight?
There's no such thing as an easy finish, and the thing is, a lot of times when I'm going for a really fast finish, I'm taking a lot more risks. Like I'm skipping steps, and so if I'm actually more thorough and I take my time, it'll actually be a safer and less risky approach, and she'll be softened up a lot more by the time I get there.
And you really do want to take it long to teach a lesson. Has that been like promotional hype, or you really feel that way?
I really feel like that I can't have girls taking the same approach as Bethe. And Ender's Game was one of my favorite books growing up, and the message behind that book is, one of the messages I took is when you beat someone, you have to beat them so well and thoroughly that you beat them all the future times. You have to win all the future possible fights. So I have to beat this girl so thoroughly that there's no future girls that pick on my family in order to get a quicker title shot. Pick on me all you want, but leave them out of it, and that's what I really want to accomplish.
For you, because you've had to relive your father's tragedy obviously a lot in the build up to this fight. How difficult has that been for you to cope with and to deal with?
I don't try to pretend that he never existed. I try to remember my father as much as possible. I'm not gonna recite how it all went down anymore. I already told the media that I'm not telling the story anymore because I don't want to get to a point where I'm just reciting facts. I still want to feel something when I say it, and so I like thinking about him. Even today, I like doing things for him. I wrote this. This is the message on my raps today because I like to keep them in my heart and to still talk about them. I like to talk about the good things, and I wish people would ask me more about how amazing he was and how many great experiences we had.
Great line in your book where you said it was actually the passing that said about the turn of events that brought you to where you are today. When did you realize that as much as this was a tragedy, it got you on the path that you are today?
Well, I've just had so many of the worst things that happen in my life result in the absolute best things, and it's just been reaffirmed over and over that I really do believe that things happen for a reason. I do, and I just have to trust that whatever happens is because I'm on a journey and a purpose, and I really feel like I've found that purpose, and I'm understanding why I had so many of those days where I would just look up and I would ask, why is this happening? Why does this have to happen? And I think I'm starting to see the answer.
This is the Brazilian boss. This is Dana White from Brazil, Brazilian Dana White, and he has something very, very special for you.
You know that before you, I never believed in the women fighting on the UFC, and in the name of the UFC and the love the Brazilian people have for you, I'd like to propose to you and ask you to marry us.
To marry us?
Us, me,
and the UFC.
Brazil and the UFC.
All right. Thank you very much. I don't know how to be married to so many people at once, though.
No, but you're gonna do fine. I'm sure you're gonna do fine. Can you put the ring? I'm gonna be so happy.
All right.
Aqui casamento, Rousey com Dana White. It's a special moment for us.
Let me put in your.
My fingers are too gnarly, don't fit.
Show your
Okay.
ring, show your ring for us. Oh, can you say something for Bethe Correia, because she told bad things about you, about your family. How do you feel about that, and what kind of message do you like to give for her?
Well, the kind of message that my mom told me to deliver is she just looked at me and she said, "Fuck her up." That's it. As you know it, and I do believe that my father would have said the same thing.
One time you told me the Anderson Silva is the best Brazilian fighter for you, and do you like him? What's your favorite Brazilian fighter today?
My favorite? Ooh, I would have to say, like, right now, like active fighting right now. I would have to say that Jose Aldo, I think, is my favorite right now. Yeah, he's the only champion that's ever been in that division for all this time, and you know, I'm the only champion that's been in the bantamweight division, and I can only hope to have a reign that is, you know, just close to as impressive as his. So I admire him a lot.
Okay, good luck in the fight.
Thank you.
See you, my wife, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You do the same stuff, which I found surprising because I know you said you kind of take pride in your different abilities, set up different kind of arm bars and throws and all that. Did that surprise you that was your assessment of your game?
I mean, the thing is, when you try to address someone who doesn't know what they're talking about, you have to keep in mind that they don't know what they're talking about. Because, like, my last four fights, my last 5 fights, we're all very, like, different, you know? Like, so it's very different progression of events happen in every single one. And it just kind of speaks to her ignorance. It's like watching boxing, and it's like, oh, well, it always ends with a punch, so they always do the same thing. I'm like, every single one of those arm bars, that the knockout with the knee, the knockout with the overhand right, they're all extremely different. If they all look the same to you, that really shows how little you understand.
You mentioned a couple of times she didn't mean that thing with your father. And do you believe her? And how does that thing change anything for you, or is it the same?
No, I don't believe her at all. How could you know that many more obscure facts about my life and not know about that? You know, it's, I don't know if I'm more insulted by what she said or by her phony attempt to save face, because she never even apologized. That's the thing. She's just like, I'm humble enough to ask for forgiveness. I'm like, you're complimenting yourself and you're asking for forgiveness without apologizing. So, and it's all a lie. So that's like A, B, and C of bullshit. And you know what, I don't have a capacity for bullshit. I'm not gonna pretend that I believe her, and I don't.
So, do you believe this is a more personal fight for you, not only because of that, but also because of the response you've been getting from the Brazilian crowd?
I mean, this definitely is the most personal fight that I've ever been in, and it's the most pressure that I've ever been under, and that's another reason why Bethe is just never meant to be a champion, because she said that, oh, I have no pressure on me, no one expects anything out of me, and so that's an advantage, and I'm like, so you're saying that you do the best with less pressure? Like that's what's best for you? Like, you're not meant for this life. You're not. And I do the best. The more pressure there is, I fight above myself, and I've never been under more pressure before in my life, and I'm going to show the world what I'm really made of.
And what about the response today? Was that what you were expecting from the crowd for the workout?
I was trying to keep myself from hoping for it, but I was like, I just, man, Rocky IV. I just really want to live Rocky IV. It's just like this fantasy of mine, and it's just like, I would understand if I walk out on Saturday and everyone boos me at the top of their lungs, and you know, I would still be happy that they would care that much. But I mean, it just really warms my heart. The kind of reception that I've gotten here, I mean, I just try my best to deserve it. And Bethe did have one thing right. She said that the Brazilian people deserve to have the belt left here, and so I decided that after I win it, I'm going to make sure that when I have the belt, I don't take it home with me. I'm going to give it and make sure that it stays somewhere in Brazil as my gift.
If the fight happened today, right now, you would be the biggest favorite in UFC history according to the odds. Does that surprise you at all?
I don't really think about the odds because my goal is the whole legacy, the career as a whole. I want to be that one fighter that is entirely dominant and undefeated and goes out on top, and that is so rare. I mean, it's very few people have done it in all history, and I am an underdog in that. I don't have the odds in my favor in that, and so that's what I really keep in mind, to still feel like I'm the underdog and I have a lot to be hungry for.
You of course think that's an attainable goal, right?
Of course, that's what I'm going for.
Just a few minutes ago, Rodrigo Minotauro was here, and he said that nowadays you are like Mike Tyson of MMA.
Do you think that you are in this kind of level?
I mean, it's such a huge compliment, you know, especially coming from him. And you know, I'm very humbled to accept it. I wouldn't say those kind of things about myself. I think that those are the kind of things that you should allow people to say for you, and I couldn't be more grateful for him to say that about me, really. He has my gratitude forever for that.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, guys.